Is Leica M elitist? Well, honestly, I've got two Leica M and I'm not really rich. So yes, there are many possibilities. And many people, when they speak about Leica M, they speak about also lenses. And they feel it's a really niche market, really limited. So I'm going to show you 90 lenses in 9 brands from $99 up to 13,000. So really that many to choose from. So let's start. Very important, this video is not a review of each lens that exists, okay? I just speak about M bayonet mounts, not L39 that you could, that screw mount you could actually use with an adapter. So I don't speak about these lenses. I don't speak about second-hand neither. I just speak about current in production lenses with no adapter. Actually, some I've reviewed on my channel. Here I've got two. There's one on my M4P. On my MP I've got a genuine Leica lens, but there are many options. So this is so important to check that. Okay, so I'm going to show you a tool I've created to present you what's available. I use more experience with HTML, so I created a small page to for myself as a tool to present you the lenses that are available for Leica M mount. As we can see, there are 90 lenses with M mounts. If we check, this is my tool. I've got this small preview file. I can go straight to the full information. These are notes for myself, really. I've got prices in euros and in US dollars, because some lenses it's easier to find the price in US dollars and then I convert it. But always when you want to buy something, check the price in your country, because it can vary a lot depending on taxes and many things like this. Okay, so 90 lenses, all brands. Let's check first Leica. Leica themselves, they have 23 lenses from 16mm up to 135mm. We'll come back about focal length just after. If we check TTArtisan, they have 7 lenses. Laowa has 3 lenses. Light Lens Lab 5 lenses. We'll speak a bit more of each brand just after. Metacon, just 1 lens, okay. If we check TTArtisan, 7 lenses, same as their competitors, 7Artisan. Thypoch, I don't know, you call it Thypoch, I don't know. They have 5 lenses. We'll come back with Voigtländer just after. Zeiss, called Zeiss, they have 9 lenses, great lenses, some are really famous, okay. Then if we get to Voigtländer, this is incredible. We speak about 30 lenses. They have more lenses available than Leica themselves. Take into account that Voigtländer, up to a couple of years ago, they were still making film cameras, also the Bessa series. And that's why also that focal length at like 40mm you will not find on Leica M. You find it on Leica CL, okay, but not on Leica M. Why do they have this focal length? Well, basically because some version of the Bessa cameras add the 40mm frame, okay? This is the reason. When we speak about all the possible focal length, it is crazy. It goes from 9mm up to 135mm. But you must take into account that Leica M cameras, they don't have all the frames in the viewfinder. So there are several possibilities. If you have, like, for example, this Laowa 9mm, you need an external viewfinder, and there are 2 types of viewfinders. One can be optical, so you place it in the hot shoe or the cold shoe, doesn't matter, it depends on the camera you have, it's an old one or not, and you will be able to frame optically. You see the viewfinder and you can frame, obviously the focusing you need to do on the camera, moving the lens, but still you can frame properly as you want. And the other possibility is electronic viewfinders, like the Visoflex they have for Leica M10, I think, and M11. Actually, what you see in the viewfinder is what your sensor sees. So yes, you can still focus, but you can also frame because you see exactly. So if there are any focal length you feel that could be interesting for you, but you don't have the frames in your Leica M camera, it doesn't mean you cannot use it. So that's important. When we check also where are the focal length that are most made, well, basically 35 and 50 millimeter. If we check 35 millimeter on my tool, I can filter. We have 21 lenses with a focal length of 35 millimeter. Leica themselves, they have 4 lenses. Voigtländer, they have 8 lenses with a 35 millimeter focal length. Zeiss has 3. TTArtisan 1, 7Artisan has 3, Light Lens Lab has 1, and Thypoch has 1. And the also big bunch of lenses are also on 50 millimeter. So when we check 50 millimeter, we speak about 23 lenses. This is crazy. Leica themselves have 6 lenses with a focal length of 50 millimeter from 0.95 aperture. If we check Voigtländer, they have 7. Zeiss has 2, TTArtisan 2, 7Artisan 1, Mitacon 1. Actually, the only lens as Mitacon has with M mount is actually a 50 millimeter. Light Lab has 3. Thypoch has 1, so you can find anything you want. Actually, on my tool I can also refine with the aperture. I want to know anything that is luminous as 1.4 or more luminous than 1.4. Just this, you have already 31 lenses from 0.95 aperture, then 1.0, 1.2, 1.4. We speak 31 lenses. And if you would say, no, I want something luminous, but I would check up to f2, which was 59 lenses. This is really crazy, the amount of lenses, whether you want luminous or whether you want a specific aperture. It's a lot. You have a lot. Actually, this is when you realize that the Leica M ecosystem is not a niche, is actually an ecosystem that is alive with many options. This is crazy. And when you check 35 and 50 millimeter, you speak of about an ocean of lenses. This is crazy, the amount of lenses that are available. Many people, when we speak about this Leica M mount, are worried about prices. Well, let's check prices. It can go as low as $99 US. We speak about this kind of cap, a body cap, where it is a lens. It is the WEN 35mm 5.6 by 7Artisan, and this is the cheapest one. If we check TTArtisan has more, well, they're really at good price, under $200 US dollars, under 200 euros. So that's great. And if we check the most expensive one, we speak about the Noctilux 50mm 0.95. When I check here, I can also check each. Okay, as you can see, and this is my notes. We check about a price that is really steep. This is price in Europe. I don't know in the US. Okay, because with the tax, we're not sure what's going on. Then when we check the different possibilities of lenses, we see that there is not only Leica. So if we would consider what are the typical historic lenses, well, we speak about Leica, Voigtländer and Zeiss, but the Chinese brand are coming really strong, and not just with entry level. If we check 7Artisan, yes, it is entry level lenses with really good price, but the build is not only really great, the optical maybe not as good, but still we cannot complain for these prices. If we check TTArtisan, they also have 7 lenses, but you have Chinese like Light Lens Lab that not speaking about really basic entry-level lenses. We speak about recreation. Actually, they've remade, for example, the 8-element 35mm f2 that Leica no longer makes, but they remade it. And these lenses, although I don't have the price here because I could not confirm it, they are not really cheap. steep prices, not as steep as 35mm 8-element Leica second-hand that are really vintage, really expensive, okay? But still, we speak about good quality. If we check Thypoch, also they have a more recent type of lenses, and also they're affordable, but they're good quality. So if we check this, we can see there is prices and type of lenses for everyone. So this is the idea to show you a bit what's available, not each of them, okay, but it gives you an idea that if you want Leica M, there are plenty of lenses to choose from. It is really fantastic, no doubt. And by the way, if you wanted to help me, I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. No gifts, no crazy things, a lot better. You get a small star next to your name and I answer your question and comments with priority. Thank you so much. That really helps me. There's a join button just for that. And also with Eric 10, you get 10% discount if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperti. 10% on top of any offer they have. You still place your code, it's even cheaper for you. And with Eric 20, 20% discount on K&F website, where you will find all the accessories by K&F Concept and more brands, tripod, filters, bags, all this. So use it. You save some money, that helps me, everyone is happy. So let's carry on. So as you can see, there are many options to choose from, whether you want to use them on film cameras, on digital cameras, Leica M mount. There are many possibilities. But very often some people tell me, yeah, that's great what you're telling, but this lens that costs like 200 euros, you need a body to put it on. And bodies are so expensive when you look at Leica M. Well, because many people, when they speak about Leica, if they speak about Leica M in film cameras, they think about the M6 or an MP like this one, or on MA, the latest camera that's still in production. I mean, the new M6. There's an older one that is not in production anymore, but the present M6 is still in production. And yes, we speak about serious money. Or if we speak about digital M Leica, they think about the M11P or the M11 or the M10R or things like this. And yes, we speak about a lot of money, but there are many other things to choose from because this mount exists since 1954. So there are many possibilities. If we speak about film cameras, there's the M3, the M2, the M4P that are really affordable. On M3, you will find it from 750 up to 1500 euros, depending on if it's clean, if it's has been serviced, all this. So that's different possibilities. If we check the M2, that is a bit newer, but still I prefer the M3 to the M2, but the M2 has many fans and it's actually a bit more expensive. You can see from 1000 to 1500 euros. And yes, they're great cameras you can play with. Or like this, I've got the M4P, that is a really nice camera. This like on M6 without any light meter in there. We speak from 1400 up to around 2000, 1900, 2000 euros. And yes, they're old, but they are like tanks and they work really fine. And if we speak about digital M, many people think about the M11, but there are many other options. First, you have the M8, that was the first digital M that you will find from, I have to check my notes because there are many prices, okay, from 900 up to 1800 euros. But two things that are really important with the M8. First, this is not a full frame camera. This is an APS-H, which is 1.3 crop. Is it a problem? No, it's not. But if you want to use two Leicas, one is like this film one and an M8, the angle covered by the same lens is not the same. So that could be a bit complicated for you. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter. And if you want to do color photography with an M8, beware, you need some specific red filters on your lens, otherwise it will make the fabrics, when it's black fabrics, that looks like purple, okay, so that's important. Otherwise in black and white you don't need anything, okay, that's the only point. Then you have the M8, M9 that is a bit more expensive. It is full frame, it costs from 1200 up to 2000 euros. With M9, beware, there are many of them that add some corrosion on the sensor. And this sensor have been changed, so they don't give problem anymore. The new sensor, it was fixed, okay? But sometimes you find really affordable M9 and the sensor was never changed and there is no corrosion on the sensor, but it may occur, okay? So try to avoid these cameras. Get the one that has been fixed so you're sure they're okay, that's important. And they're really affordable. Then if you want to play safe, there is one camera that gives probably the best value for money. This is the M240, which is great, okay? The price is from 2,500 up to 3,000 euros. Yeah, it's still some money, but they're great cameras, and it also have a sister black and white version, the 246, that is also great. So I think if you don't want to get into these really skyrocketing prices of an M11, on M240 is a great option. M9 also, if you want full frame, they're great options. So yes, you can enter the Leica M game with some affordable possibilities. There's one thing, some people ask me, yes, but why should you buy a Leica lens instead of Lens Lab, a Light Lens Lab lens? Well, 2 points. One thing is the build, the image quality, that is a personal taste, okay? And another one is value for money. If you buy any alternative lenses, even Voigtländer, if you buy new, the loss of money in time is important, loss in value, probably you will resell it for a lot less. When you buy a Leica lens, if you buy it new and you sell it next year, yes, you will lose some money. But if you sell it in 4, 5, 6, 10 years time, you will not lose anything, probably make some money. And if you buy second-hand, the value keeps high and normally it goes up. For example, this lens, which is a Summicron for 35mm f2 version 2, cost me 1,400 euros. Probably in 2 years time it will be 1,600 euros. 2 years ago it was about 1,200 euros. It goes on, okay? Some people think, well, that's speculation. Doesn't matter. What's important is that you enter the game. It means that if you're a guy that likes to try different lenses, maybe you can buy a 35 or 50mm that is labeled Leica, and then in 2 years time say, I don't want 50mm anymore, I want to try 28mm. When you resell your lens, you will not lose money, you probably make some money and you can carry on. So the first step is the expensive one. And still, on the second-hand market, there are so many lenses that are really affordable and they are made by Leica. So that's important. But take into account that it also depends on where you're going to use the lens. If your idea is use it on a film camera, that's fine. If you want to use it on digital camera, take into account that the more resolution you have, the more quality you need from the lens. If you want to have an M11, you say, well, in 3-4 years time, I want to get an M11 or what will be then, and you want to build a lens base, you will have to spend a lot of money on the best lenses. Except if you want some specific look, something like this that is more vintage, but in this case you probably don't need an M11. With an M240 that will be fine, okay? And it's important also you observe lenses. What's the difference between this one and that one? Many people think that it's just a matter of sharpness. And I would say Leica user, they are still the old-fashioned people who look for a special look, a special feeling with their lenses. They don't always want a Leica lens. Sometimes they prefer to have a Zeiss or to have a Voigtländer because it gives a different look. It's not just a matter of money. And sometimes within the possibilities of Leica, they prefer an older lens that gives a different look. Okay, so that's important. You think first, check, compare what other people have published on internet to see the difference in point of lights, creamy or not creamy, sharpness, all this, and you make up your mind with what would be the best. But this is also what I said. Some people buy this lens, 35mm version 2, that is maybe 30 years old, and in a 2 years time or 1 year time they say, oh, I want another 35mm by Leica, but the different version to see the difference, and that's it, and you don't lose money. So that's a great point. So many people still say, yes, but Leicaists are really elitist. Well, yeah, we're not going to lie. Some people are really like this, really snobs, really, they will think they're the best because they have Leica. But honestly, they're a minority. There are many Leica M users that are just in love with the machine, in love with the camera. They feel that they're part of history, they like the feeling. Yes, there are some cameras that are a lot better. No, this is not the point of this video. The point is, Leica M, you want one, you would like to have one, can you afford one? Or are you afraid of the atmosphere among Leica users? As I said, no, there are many people that are simple people, they're not rich, they just put their saving in this because they love it, and that's it. And they don't always have the latest lens or the latest camera, they're just in love with what Leica offers, and that's it. The same, you could be in love with a Porsche or with a Citroen 2CV or whatever. Okay, that's the way it is. So it's not. I don't want a judgment. What I like to see is that if someone would like to start with Leica M, to realize that it doesn't need to be filthy rich as some people think. It just needs to have a bit to start. Can start with film cameras or even with digital camera. There are many possibilities and many alternative lenses, and with time he will know the machine, know the camera, know a bit more what he would like to improve regarding his gear, or maybe not. He will be happy with an M8 for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, electronic doesn't fail, okay? Take into account that also bodies, they keep values when there are film cameras. When we speak about digital cameras, they do lose some value, but not as fast as other brands. So this is important. So I hope this video answers the question, because the other day I made a video about how many lenses were available by brand, and when I spoke about Leica, I didn't put the alternative lenses. So here there are 90. And 90, that's some more, okay, but 90 being made right now. And that's some brands I've never heard of, so they don't put them. So I hope this video may help you. Thank you so much. If you can comment and give your opinion. And thank you so much for watching it. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here, a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Don't forget, I've activated the member area. There's a join button just below. You don't get any fancy gift, but you do get a small star next to your name, so I know you're a member, you're helping me, so I answer your comments and questions with priority. Thank you so much. Also, leave your affiliated links in description, please use them. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperti by Skylum, get 10% discount with my code ERIC10, 10% on top of any offer they have. And if you use ERIC20 on K&F website, you get a 20% discount on all the accessories by K&F Concepts and more brands, filters, tripods, bags, all this. That saves you some money, that helps me, everyone is happy. Thank you so much. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much, please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye!